Hello, guys, and welcome to the new year. I wish you all the best in a new year, a lot of poker success, improvement in your game, and everything else. I really like the sound of 2025. I just like odd years, and I really think this year will be one of the best years. And it started like that, so I'm going to share something with you today. I'm going to show you the new feature of the Breakthrough HUD. But first, if somebody doesn't know, I'm going to tell you a few things about the Breakthrough HUD. Breakthrough HUD is 6 max, but also works on a full ring cash game HUD for hand to note. It is the most powerful HUD on the hand to note. It has over 11,000 stats, and it has close to 40 pop-ups for in game, and you basically have any possible action, any possible spot, any raise size, any poker line with a check, with broken lines, with raise, and any continuing line, together with all possible boards and all possible turn runouts, river runouts. So for in game, you have everything. That's the first thing the Breakthrough HUD is. The second thing is that Breakthrough HUD is also a stat checker. So just with the HUD, you also have a stat checker because every stat in the HUD and in the pop-up is color coded based on the GTO frequencies and MDA of the PokerStars regs. So immediately by color, if the color is red, it indicates the your opponent in that spot is more tighter or more passive than the GTO or average of the regs. If the stat is green, it indicates he's more loose in that spot or more aggressive than the GT or average of the regs. And if the stat is yellow, it indicates he's optimal for that spot. So just with the HUD, you get also a stats checker for in-game for any possible pop spot. So in all pop-up stats are color-coded in-game and in the main HUD. Then we have also a great analytic tool because you have the Breakthrough GTO pop-up where you can compare in any spot GTO frequencies to your frequencies for basically any spot you can think of. And the latest thing we had, and in my opinion, it's probably the best thing and the thing that's gonna be showing you where you need to work, which are the spots that you bleed money. And today, people will tell you, okay, in some spot doesn't matter, spot is not that often, but here now you actually have a chance to see which spots are that often that keep losing you money or not making you enough money that it should if you play it correctly. So now you'll have all of that basically easy to see, easy to spot, and you can easily compare yourself to regs, to pool, to best regs of your pool. Whoever you want to compare with, you can. We'll now go into this. Basically, this is the leak finder, and I'm today gonna be a person we're gonna find our leaks in. So just tell you about myself. I played last year on iPoker. Before that, I played on Stars. And last year I played almost 600,000 hands on iPoker. My win rate is 4 BBs. I started a year playing. My start on iPoker was really slow. After 300,000 hands, I had the worst run of my life, and I was actually even slightly losing in that start. I started slow. I didn't have sample. I couldn't use my HUD, and it was problematic in the beginning because the run was worst I ever had, and also it was hard to exploit somebody if you don't have reads on him. So it started really bad. 300,000 hands. I was basically losing, slightly losing, and in next 300k hands we turned it around and finished the year strong, and we are now on 4 BBs. And today I'm gonna show you that even I won 4 BBs, I had many big leagues that I didn't even think in game that I have. I was going through spots, study my game, going through everything, but there was just some lines or some situation I didn't closely take a look. And now I'm going to compare myself to that exact pool that I played, and that pool, you see, like this is my information, and now I'm going to show you the information of the pool and we're gonna go closely stats by stats, me against the pool, and then you will be able to see if I would correct my leaks, how my win rate would be. Not going just really high up or sky high up. It would go like a rocket high up, because at the end it seems I had insane amount of leaks. Yes, it can be connected to get used to a new pool that I played. Surely it has to do with that. But I was definitely doing some things I shouldn't be doing. And now we will go through that things. And you can do exactly that the same procedure and find out your leaks, because if something is costing you a lot of win rate, just working on that and just fixing that, you will be now able to know what you need to fix. Actually, you don't need to pay any coach that's going to go through that and tell you need to fix this. You will immediately know what you need to fix. Okay, here we have a range research of the regs from the pool I played, and we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna go through the first basically basic spot, right? It's gonna be just a basic first. This is like basic preflop, postflop, general stats, just to see first this basic stat. Did I maybe bleed money into these basic spots? Okay, so from the left side we see a pool. This is the number of hands. This is 9.5 million hands. So this is also the pool I played on Poker Stars, the pool I played on Creation Poker site, a pool I play on iPoker, and a pool I play on Winning Poker Network. So this is all together the hands that I played during the basically last 3 years. I bought some hands on the Winning Poker Network, and basically this everything else is from Stars iPoker. I had a couple of accounts of iPoker also. So mix of all these hands together, and now we will be able to see everything. So the pool of regs, so it's important, these are only the regs, and they are winning 0.2 bb's. So you would actually expect that the regs that are basically break even, that I would in many spots have much less leaks than them. That what I expected, but you'll be surprised in some spots. I was definitely surprised, and now I'm just showing you this publicly, just to see that even someone that has a decent win rate, and compared to the like general regs that mostly like on iPoker, it's people not gonna have these high win rates. So when you see how much stuff they did actually better than me, so just think about how, if you know that information, now you know what you need to basically fix, how that can affect your complete win rate. It's actually something really insane. So I want to share that with you. Yeah, so let's first start with the basic stuff. So actually what you see now, you basically see this general preflop and postflop stat. So my stats are from right here. As you see, like my raise first from UTG, middle position cutoff for button is way more loose. I play way more loose style than all of these regs. They open UTG 18%, I open 22%, it's 4% higher, and my win rate is a lot higher than theirs. And I'm opening 4% more hands. On the middle position, I open 26%, it's 5% more hands, and actually I'm winning 67, little less than them. Opening cut of 31 compared to their 28, and button 52 compared to their 44, and small blind 54 compared to their 45. So definitely I'm opening a lot more hands, a lot more loose style, and yeah, it's not costing me win rate, so I can continue to play like this. I always play like this. I always play this loose aggressive style. This is my style of game. I couldn't change it, and I don't think people should just stick for their with their style, because I can't play any other style. This is the thing that I start playing poker, and generally changing something that you are, it's never going to work out good for you. Okay, so now we have a 4-bit percentage. Mine is 12 generally. It's 14 from it's basically around optimal. I'm a little less. I like to see flops, so I'm not that high in the 4-bit bluffs. Um, I'm a little less than the other regs, but nothing significant. And you see, like my win rate is 637 compared to therefore 484. Then you have it 4-bet as in position, 86 to 567, out of position 499 to compare to their 417. Then you have it by positions, and you can see by every position. Then you see a call 3-bet. I'm losing 171 BBs, 100, and here here the pool is actually losing 192. Okay, now we have just these basic stats. It's still decent to know that maybe in some situation you will see that you're losing money, and maybe you are, for example, really narrow when you're losing money. That's something that is really worrying. That means you don't know to play these ranges really correctly. So now if you're gonna be like I'm 3-betting 12% generally against their 10%, and I'm making basically more than there with my a lot wider range, so that means it's not a leak, so we don't need to fix that. This is cold calling 30. I'm cold calling more 13 to their 11, and winning more. So call 4-bet. I call 4-bet a lot loose. It should be around 32 to 36. I'm calling 4-bet with 40%, so way looser than them. And you see, like, I'm losing here more than they are losing. So that means I'm probably calling against guys that have tighter ranges and just get with my loose range, more wider range into their more narrow range, and that's something you can overplay people. You can play better than them, for example, but you can never play better than the strong ranges. So you can overplay people, but you can't overplay ranges. So that's the leak. Definitely my leak. I should be calling 4-bet less. I should probably also turn down a little bit my 3-bet percentage, just to throw out this a lot more trash hands that I have. So that could be also a really good thing. Generally, we have these post-flop numbers. We see my bets. It's pretty close here, pretty even. Little my you see I'm betting on the flop way a little less than them, winning a little more. Turn is basically the same. River on my river regression is 39 on the river, therefore 34. So I'm a lot more aggressive on rivers. I'm generally not c-betting that much, or I'm also protecting the turn a lot in appropriate spots. But on the river is the things where it's mostly important. So river regression is the most important out of this all, because you can protect your range on the flop, on the turn. Generally, people have the really high aggression on the flop, but that doesn't matter, because a lot of people are just betting range. Doesn't mean anything. You can have low aggression on the flop and just because the flop is easiest, there's not much mistake you can make, and you can, because of your flop play, you can make mistakes on the turn and rivers, and that's what many people are doing. But generally, it's fine to protect a lot of your checking ranges on flop and turn. But on the river is where the mistakes are the mostly biggest mistakes are on the river, and that's where you want to play the best. Um, Okay, let me just try to go like this a little bit. Okay, I'll just show it like this when it's needed. Um, okay, checking ranges, 40, 78, 226. So raises are basically similar. Yeah, it's pretty similar. My raises on turn are giving me more money. On the flop, there, and on the river, they are. I mean, I'm the river. I'm also doing a lot of bluff raising. Um, and at the beginning of my sample, I didn't have samples, so I did just by situational, by pool, what I think the pool is doing, And I was also running really into it a lot in the top of the range, so my river raises, you will see I raise a lot more on the river than the regs are doing, but I'm also bleeding money there because I did it at first without having the specific reads, and I did it just in the spots where I think where I can get them to fold, and it didn't work at the beginning. Okay, then we have Postflop heads up in position, betting 46, 48. Basically, you see I'm just more aggressive on the rivers. In position, out of position, I'm more aggressive on the rivers. You see I'm more, I have lower frequencies on the flop. They have bigger ones, but we gain more. So this strategy of higher c-bet will not gonna, it doesn't mean it's gonna give you much more win rate. So it's just important to know what you're doing and to play your strategy correctly. And here we're gonna go actually on the raises. You see like my raises on the river in position and out of position are way higher. You see like I have 14, they have 12 generally, and I have, this is the starter right here, raises on the river. In position I have it 14, they have it 12, and out of position I have 11 and they are having 7. And basically they are winning more because they have a lot more strong hands, and I did bluffs, so I did bluff a lot, and I did bluffs in some spots I shouldn't done it. Okay, that's general thing that we're going through, not important that much because everything is in detail. So I just wanted to show you this general stuff, and now we're going to go into the details, and I'm going to show it, try to make it like this so we can compare it step by step. Okay, we're going to put it all the way here. Okay, so we're going to do it like this. Okay, and I'm going to put this here. So we're going to be actually, we're going to be side by side. Okay, and I'm going to try to go like this. So it's going to be side by side. Okay, great. And now the real magic starts, because now we're going to go deeply in the pop-ups. Okay, let's go into the single raise pop-up PFR. So this is pre-flop raiser. We see in position and out of position, and then we see button versus big blind. Okay, so my strategy you see in position. So this is the, now we change it. On the right side is the pool, on the left side you see this is my nickname, my username, whatever, and this is the regs, not the pool, it is the regs. Okay, so my strategy of betting in position is 64, 51, 59. You see I'm a lot more aggressive on the rivers, and I'm less aggressive on the flop. So I have a checking range. They are betting close, in many spots, close to a range bet. And we see on the flop, it's basically the same, a little more for them. On the turn, so this is in position, SPFR. So this is going to mean early middle cutoff. Button is here, so button is isolated. Early middle cutoff versus the big blind. How I play these spots. So generally you see basically the win rates pretty similar. Actually they have a better win rate on the flop, turn, and river than me. So these are the probably spots that I could have done. Maybe on the river I'm too aggressive. They're calling me pretty light, and in the beginning I would say that was the most problem. So it would be interesting if I did only last 300k hands when I actually get a more sample, but doesn't matter. We want to see like complete sample of the hands I played last year. This is the situation when I moved from stars to iPoker. So this is the new account that I played on after I come from stars, so we can see all in once. But definitely it's showing that even here that I won 4 BBs and they are break even, and they have still a better win rate in these positions than me. So it's immediately something alarming to know, to see that. checking range is here. It's kind of important. You see they're only having 3.6, we're having 22. That indicates that because of my strategy with lower c-bet freak, my check range is definitely better, and that's why I have a win rate here. Then we have turn checking range, river checking range. Interesting is that my river checking range is even, it's way more loose than theirs. I'm losing more. Delay c-bet, I'm winning more. On delay c-bet and bet river is where I win double of there basically, and you see the right frequencies would be between 50 and 54, the optimal one. So definitely this is the big exploit, because my delay and bet river is 67 and it's making a lot more money, and they are actually in the optimal frequencies winning a lot less. So this is probably something with exploiting, because generally people have trouble with their broken ranges. So if we're gonna go here, actually we can actually see on which boards I did these bet check bet lines a lot, and we can see actually the structure of my range, and you see actually 26, 30, 33, so around 40% of my range is bluffs, but you see like how much value I have. So it's pretty hard there to, especially if you use bigger sizes a lot, it's really hard to and you actually see that I'm using a lot of, like 70% in my bet check bet line, it's going to be an overbet, and 45% will be weak, and small overbet is going to be 2.5. So a lot of big bets will happen there, and because of the strength of my checking range, I can pull it off. So definitely the strategy of lower c-bet frequency has, because you can just better exploit these broken lines. So something good. My c-bet strategy is definitely needs improvement. I didn't think it should, but definitely showing that it could get, it needed a big improvement, because I'm probably over aggressive on rivers. That's my win rate on river is lower than theirs, and yeah, that's I think main reason, because flop and turn not that matter in this situation. Okay, if we're going to the out of position, you see that I'm c-betting only 23% out of position. The optimal would be around 27%, so I'm less than optimal. They are c-betting a lot more than it's optimal. And the really insane thing is that I didn't expect this at all, but even I c-bet a lot less, it seems my win rate is worse than their win rate. So that's immediately not an alarm. That has to do something. We can see actually the c-bet structure of the range. Maybe that's where the answer lies. You see, like there, like bluffing region would be like probably this, and middle pair for value. So it's 6, 7, 23, 29, 34, 40, 45% of bluffs they have in their betting range. And let's see my structure of bluffs, and my structure is gonna be 7, 16, 28, 35, 38, 40, 51. So yeah, it means that even I'm c-betting a lot less than them, my c-bet range is just too bluff heavy, and my checking range is basically, and it's also a crazy thing, my actually checking range is worse than theirs. So it could be the beginning, like I said, that I just couldn't exploit because I didn't have a sample on players. So, but this is also alarming, because it seems that even my so for example, if somebody would only see numbers, they would see like this guy's only 23% of the range, and wow, we need to give him the credit, like we need to overfold against him. But when you actually go into the range construction, you actually see I'm over bluffing. Even with this low frequency, I'm over bluffing, and then I'm really overly aggressive on river. It's like I have then on the turn and the river overly aggressive, and then actually it seems I'm over bluffing these situations, and then my win rate is definitely a lot. Like on the turn it's almost half lower, and on the river significantly lower than it should be, because these are not top regs, it's just regs. So against top Regs, I would probably also be in this situation losing money. So definitely, even we are in the beginning, a lot of alarming things going on here. Okay, so definitely checking range like all my checking ranges, even it's pretty strong because I see bet a lot of bluffs, but it seems it's not constructed that well, and it's actually costing me win rate. And we see like delay and bet river. You see like I'm 72% against 58. So these are all the spots I should be cutting down delay and bet river. It seems that they are bluff catching me full light in this situation, in this exact spot. In this spot, they are not bluff catching me because I'm also using a lot of overbets. But in this spot, it seems they are bluff catching me pretty lightly. And because I'm over bluffing it, I'm just losing a lot of money. And you see like a lot of trash is here, 22%. Let's see how much trash they have. There will be the answer. And yeah, if we go here, we see they're having like 70% of trash, 6% of, so it's gonna be like 26% of bluffs. And let's see my percent of bluffs here. So 26 them, and I only have 22 of trash. So definitely too much trash is here. And I want to see also how much did I overbet in this situation. Did I use a lot of big sizes? 9.6. So probably these big bluffs are actually costing me, because now we're going to see about them. 8.6. Okay, so 32% weak. Let's see how much I was weak, because this is the answer. 8.6 and 26, and look at me, 59%, 9.6. So 1% more, but bluffing 3x more than they are. You see, clear answer. If I would cut down my shit of bluffs on delay and bet river line, it would be definitely costing me. It's definitely costing me a super lot, because I'm losing twice as I should be if I'm equally skilled as they are, which is quite alarming, because you see, like, you couldn't pay attention to this stuff, but when you go to it, it's significant. Let's go with the bet check bet line. 55 42. Look at my bet check bet line. 55 42. We are winning. I'm again winning a lot less than them. The answer will be or bluffing 56% weak. Let's see, these guys, see bet check bet. It's gonna be 40% with a bigger size. And again, bet check bet line, again, or bluffing any node basically, or bet size, normal size. Let's see their normal size, delay bet river. Mine is 62, there is 30, 26. Yeah. So again, like now when people see this, they will not gonna fold anything to me. So definitely it's not gonna be great. I will need to change my strategy in many spots. But yeah, you actually see that I should be cutting down the bluffs heavily, and that would be insanely good for me. Check raising 13, win rate a lot higher with me, but look at this. River check raise 13%, guys. And their river check raise is 6%. I won 295, they won 4.4 thousand of big blind per 100, and I want 295. But if you go actually here, you actually see that all my raises were actually in this spot were actually nuts, but I just run into higher nuts. So that's pretty unlucky, because my bluffs were doing good, but my value was getting crushed, and they actually lag bluffs a lot, and their value hands did just good. So this is actually closely connected to run, because you see my check raise is higher, but I just didn't have luck. I just ran into the basically second nuts and nuts much more often they did. So that's not something concerning, but concerning is the number. Again, I'm too aggressive there, and that's problem because it's costing me, it's still costing me money. So definitely something else I need to think about. Check call, check bet, 50, 50. So check call, check bet, pretty interesting line, out of position. I win more because probably my checking range is just stronger, and that's the main reason. Check raise a little higher. Check call, 51. So I'm bluff catching even in this node more than they are, and losing more than they are losing. Check raise and bet, check raise and check pretty. This is the something where you see like check raise and checking range. I actually played really profitable. They check raise and check. They probably just give up too much in this situation, and we are still having the decent range that is continuing. So that's the reason. And this is actually somewhere where we insanely have really good. So this is the line where people should pull. Regs should be working a lot on. Okay, quickly let's go into the caller one. Okay, so this is me again. I'm gonna put myself here, and let's quick caller. Okay, I'm gonna try to just lower myself so it's more connected like this. Okay, I can go a little more, I think. Okay, let me see. Just try to go a little down. Just for you, it's gonna be better. Okay, I can go like this. Okay, let's see now. It's gonna be okay. If it's gonna be okay. Now it's good, I think. Now it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna go like this. So this is, guys, now, and look at this. Made mistake. Single raise caller. Single raise caller. Let's go quickly. Okay, now it's good. Okay, so this is the caller out of position. So we have out of position call, basically caller calling in position, out of position, big blind versus button. And now we're gonna compare ourselves here. So this is out of position caller. It's gonna be, I'm not calling small blind, I'm just playing three-bet strategy from the small blind, so only three-better fold. So it's gonna be mainly big blind versus early middle cutoff. And this is big blind versus button, and this is in position caller. I'm only calling on button, so it's gonna be button against UTG middle position or cutoff. Okay, now we see my calling range. I'm calling 46, 45, 38, basically the same as Regs, so same frequencies, optimal frequency, maybe a little more than on turn, but everything else is pretty much to optimal. Win rate, pretty similar, 55, 106, 184, so pretty similar. Donking range 0.6, they donk more, but when we donk, we earn a lot more, so they probably didn't study this donking spots a lot. On the turn, we also win with our stabbing a little more, and on the river, our stab is way bigger than theirs, and we still win approximately the same. Check. So this is playing against check, bet, and here we actually see like how high is our check, bet. So when we are playing against checking back range in position where people are playing these broken lines pretty weak because they are over-civeting the flop, we're actually attacking turn and the river really a lot more than optimal. So we are doing that. This is an exploit basically, and you see that we are actually winning twice as much as them with our significantly higher one. So this is good. Check, bet, check is actually costing us in this situation. So doesn't mean necessarily too much because we're just stepping more than there. So just logically our checking range is going to be suffering a little bit. Nothing too much worried about. Check, bet, check, call. We are yeah, this is the spot where we give up too much and not protecting. So immediately this is the leak where I need to fix it. I knew this because actually I'm having a bigger check raise on the river, so I'm trapping these spots more. You see my check raise on the river is 11 compared to their 8, so I'm compensating a little bit, but I feel that when they're checking and calling turn, that when they're betting in this situation again, they are just not bluffing enough. So that's why I increase my check raise. But you see their check call is bringing more, they're losing less than me. So definitely something I should be also considering doing better. So going into that range can have a really positive effects, because if they are just having with this having basically 25% better results than me, just getting that to their level would be great, because now I'm currently under their level in this line, so definitely line that I should be improving. Check raising 9.9, 7.5, 11, a lot more on the river. Flop is something worried because it's less than theirs and I'm losing and I'm winning less. So that means that maybe I am just trapping, especially against bigger bets. I'm not check raising that much, but also definitely this check raise and a call. So this is the situation when you check raise and face a 3-bet. I basically, when I check raise, I'm continuing in 58% of the time as a call, maybe some small percentage also as a re-raise, and that's to lose because their 3-bet range is going to be a lot value heavy, and you see I'm losing enormously much here. Just think, like, I'm losing 1136 bps per 100 in my check raise and a call of the 3-bet. So I should be probably slapping myself really hard right now, because this pool is only calling 46% of the time and winning 280. Like, this is the million% difference between me and the pool. Just think about fixing this leak. Just alone this leak would get me immediately like 1 BBs per 100 on my win rate, because it's enormously big mistake. It's not like it's super huge mistake, super huge, because their range of the 3-bet is just too strong, and my check raising range can't continue that often against that strong of the range. That's just easy as that. So something to take a really big note immediately in my mind. I'll take this note. Check raise flop and bet 63. I'm again betting more than there, winning less. We need to work on that. Check raise flop and the check. I'm doing better here. So yeah, we notice also that when we played in position. And check raise flop and check call turn is the line that I'm doing really well, because I worked on this line, and yeah, you see, like I'm doing it a lot more than they are doing it, and winning a lot more than they are winning. So this is good, and this is something. But I will tell you also something. The problem is that if you're gonna copy a solver strategy in a check raise and a call line, you're gonna be effed, because solver will generally defend more than MDF against raises. That's the actually theory. You're gonna, at least on the flop, you're gonna defend over MDF. It's just the theory, how theory works. So solver will defend many hands that you shouldn't be defending, because the range of the solver will be a lot more balanced through value and bluffs again compared to real person, because you're gonna have these needs. They're gonna have two pair. You check raise, they three bet. They're gonna have like set. You check raise, they three bet, and you're gonna call this range. And against that range, you're like many your calls like I don't know, like backdoor hands that can they're on the flops that are good for your range. You're gonna call with the gut shot and the backdoor straight draw, for example. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be with the gut shot and the backdoor flush draw and stuff like that. Basically, gut shot and the backdoor flush draw mainly. These type of hands, and even hands like top pairs not going to give you money. And Solar will call this hand. So definitely copying Solar strategy in many situations is not a smart idea. This is one of the situations where it's insanely huge leak. And just by like, if somebody told you like this information, you're gonna, when you go into this leak finder, you're gonna find a bunch of information, because I found it. You're gonna probably also found it, because you're gonna have probably similar leaks than I have or anybody else has. So just finding out this is crucial, because now I'm gonna know, okay, when next time I'm gonna be 3-bet, I'm gonna just think about what, like, I'm not gonna just blindly click call because Solar calls this hand. I'm gonna be trying to go more into depth and see about my opponent. Do I need to call this? Maybe I should be start folding some hands that are like mix of calls and folds. But never, when doing adjustments, you never just doing like now somebody 3-bets me, just you're gonna fold top pair. You're not gonna do that, but you're gonna start maybe thinking, maybe shouldn't be I against this guy just continuing these hands that are mixed. Maybe you can fold more of these mixed hands. This is how you're doing exploits, little like step by step, like really small doses. Because now if you be gonna turn it around completely, you would be basically starting, you could be get exploited very easily. Okay, check raise 6.5, check raise 6.8. Again, my check raise, it seems not working very well. We can see maybe why would that be the reason. First, I see that I'm using awfully a lot of big sizes there. And it's 48% weak, and my bluff is gonna be 27, 30, 40, 50%. Maybe that's the reason. Let's see there. Check raise range. 57% of bluffs, they don't use much super big size that I'm using, and their bluffing range will be 4, 5, 11, 21, 28, 30, 35%. I'm just over bluffing it. I'm using too big of the size, and yeah, I need to cut my cut my bluffs there. Pretty easy. Okay, let's go to the imposition caller. Imposition caller, we see 48, 52, 29. Here actually something that that the regs are overcalling rivers in position, and I'm actually around optimal, a little less, but doing a lot better. So here actually I played this as in position, and you see like my range of calling on the button is a lot more wider than theirs, and I don't call any other position. So this is the spot where I'm playing actually. I'm glad now I can say after like 40 minutes I found this one spot that I play good. So yeah, this is the spot that I play good. My checking range is good. You see, checking range on turn is good. Bet versus me c-bet is bringing me it's like, look at how much printing we are doing on but look at their bet versus me c-bet on the river, 42 compared to 65, and win 2,600 BBs per 100. So insanely profitable spot that regs are not doing and they should be doing. Bet 517, bet check 40. Okay, bet check call. You see like they are not doing it good on the bet check call, so probably not balancing their turn checking range a lot. So this is the situation, and look at this call bet. That means this is like 59 to their 56 and 1k to 177, and call check bet we are pretty much similar also. Raising position 17 against their 9.8, and we are winning approximately the same. A raise c-bet and a call is, again, look at this. Guys, you see like how big of the leak I have. When I raise, I basically never fold. I just never fold. Raise c-bet and a call always. Check raise and a call always. So, like, look at this. I'm losing here a 1.1k where people win. I lose here 128 where people win 2,600. So even this, that if I use this LEAKFINDER just for these two things, everything is paid out, because now I know I'm not doing a good job. My raise c-bet and call is, and my check raise c-bet and call, I'm calling the 3-bets from ranges that are too strong, too lightly. Definitely big leak. I need to fix this, not today, yesterday. I need to fix that immediately. Okay, raise flop and bet 62. I'm winning more here. Raise flop and check. You see, like, my checking range is good, so I'm good at playing it after they just don't 3-bet on the flop. They're nuts, and I call with like all the shitty hand I shouldn't be calling at all. Raise check check bet 43. Look at this. Raise check check bet 43 compares to their 27. Look how far under GTO frequencies they are, and we are over it, and we win more, and the range is a lot more stronger there. So this is some good stuff. Okay, I can be happy. And check check raise 2.7. It's under the optimal, but it's winning a lot more, and they're 6.2. Okay, I want to see, like, you see, like, I'm 2.7. Let's see how much bluffs I have. It's not much. I had gut shot basically 1 out of 6, so it's not too much sampled. I want to see how much they bluff had, how much bluffs they had in this situation. Actually, they did kind of over bluff, like 6, 10, around 20% in this line. I'm one of the 6 of, I'm basically 15, 17%. They are 20%. So maybe that would be similar, but they're not winning that much. But it's low sample, so nothing to take away from this. Check check call call. Yeah, this is bad. So I'm calling too light their delay c-bet betting range out of position, which is probably stronger than, yeah, and they're actually calling more than me and winning. And call check check call. So this is a turn checking range that you need to have a strong. We are winning. They're losing a lot here. So definitely here is okay. And just quickly go big blind versus button, just to see where the problem is here. Yeah, like, call c-bet flop turn more than the GTO. River is in the optimal state, but yeah, on the flop and turn I'm doing really good. But on the river, big blind versus button, I'm just yeah, I'm just doing pretty much terrible. That means I'm over bluff catching, over calling, and just being a fucking station basically. And yeah, that's okay. That's my style of play. So yeah, could fix it. It's not that like big deal in this situation, just because your equity is going to be realized more. So when the people see you're just calling them off pretty lightly, you're not going to be bluffed with the hands that you need to be bluffed, and your worst hands that shouldn't be getting that much equity are over realizing their equity. So this is not that big of the deal. It's connected with my style of play. Okay, bet versus miss c-bet, donking flop 732. They're 59, so I did work more on donk, so that's okay. Donking turn also more. Donking, this is bet versus, I'm sorry, this is bet versus miss turn c-bet, not donk, on the donk of the flop. Bet versus miss river c-bet 53 against their 49, pretty similar. We are winning pretty similar. Check check bet bet 67 compared to their 399 to compared to 255. So we are actually in this check bet line, way more aggressive, 67 to their 60 and winning more. Check bet check a line. Yeah, we're losing more, but that's okay. Check bet check call, 9.5. So this we should be. So this is the league. Check bet check call. Yeah, I'm gonna check raise more on the river. It's like this is the situation where I'm against like a NEAT, and I know he's value betting, and I don't want to call him, so I do a lot of check raising instead, just to get to the frequency I need, uh, but still not there. And yeah, you see, like when I check call, I'm gonna win because people gonna check call and lose against this NEAT. So I'm starting to just over check raise. I'm check raising 12 compared to like max of the 5.9 to 6.9. People are on 7.8, and that's why I'm just turning on my check raise on the river strategy. But definitely I could be exploited in this line, but generally their checking range is, they're just c-betting too much garbage basically, and when they're actually checking they have a lot of showdown of a hand, because a lot of Regs are using this like 75% c-bet and their check fold is like 30. That means they're just putting a lot of bluffs in betting range and protecting their checking range more than should be, and their bluffing, their c-bet range is just too bluffy. And then on the river, when I'm in this line where they're, I know that they will be basically check bet where they will have a value bet on the river. I'm not calling them that much. I'm just check raising them that on the river, and trying to make them fold this like top pair, middle pair, good kicker and stuff. But definitely this could be, I should be just calling a little more in this situation also. But okay, as an exploit, I think it's fine. Okay, check raising big blind versus button, 8.7. They're check raising more. That's because against basically bigger sizes, I'm not check raising much. I'm just protecting a lot of my range, because people started when their bet flop bigger size, polar size, they are starting to overbet a lot on turns. So I protect to be able to defend a lot easier on turns and rivers, to have a lot of my value hands there. And against 1/3, we're probably check raising similarly, but against bigger sizes, I'm not that, because Solver is using, like, even against bigger size, he's using this a little less than a 3x raise. Basically, you're facing a big size on the flop, and Solver is check raising actually small size. That has sense, because your opponent is pretty polar when he goes pretty big on the flop. So definitely has also sense to protect a lot of your calling range. Checkers flop, turn river. We see on the turn we are winning more, pretty much same frequencies. On the river we are just doing it too much, still winning approximately less than them, but still close, and we're still having a lot more bluffs than they are having. Checkers flop and bet 59, 56, we win more, that's okay. Checkers flop, check all turn is the thing that, like in all these situations where we are just aware of the turn range and our checking range, so this is the stuff we are doing good. So just quickly, if I could just fix this, our caller section of the tree would be really great, because it's basically a lot of spots. Like, this is 25,000 hands in this situation, and we are losing 1,136 bb's per 100 in this. Like, this is enormous losing in this spot and in this situation. So only fixing this would have hugely impact of my win rate, and it would be actually like even bigger than 5 than if I would correct just these two things. So it's, you see, like, step by step, really significant. Okay, let me see. Check raise, basically pretty similar, so nothing to go from that. Okay, let's quickly go to the small blind versus big blind. Small blind versus big blind. Okay, I'm gonna go small blind versus big blind here, and let's quickly go. Okay, small blind versus big blind here. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm gonna go actually here because now it's a little longer. Okay, and gonna go small blind versus big blind here. Okay, now we have it both. Okay. Okay, small blind versus big blind. C-betting 40%, small blind versus big blind. You see that regs are over C-betting. I'm C-betting 40, win rate is lower, which is something that is worrying. Double barrel 57 compared to 45, winning 12, and river barrel 59 compared to their 53, winning 16 compared to their 411. Guys, 8,000 hands here. Definitely something, I wouldn't say crucial, but close to crucial. Important, let's say important, and I'm doing it not great. Yeah, my strategy on the flop is basically close. I did a lot of work in small numbers, so I know the strategy. But again, I'm just too aggressive on turns, and people are a lot tighter on turns, a lot more aggressive on the flop, and they are winning more on turn and significantly more on turn on the river. So the reason why I'm losing it, because I'm just, well, you'll see, I'm just over bluffing again. Let's see our bluffs. Let's see the percentage of my bluffs. 22, 24, 25, 29, 29% of pure bluffs compared to there, and they're going to be also turning stuff into bluff. 29, they're actually 20, 26, 28, 28, so we are close here. Yeah, I really thought the reason is over bluffing, but it's not. In the 8,000 hands, the things could be also sample related. I just maybe get into it and that's it. But still, this is indication. It's like how much on the maybe the problem is on the turn actually. Let's try to see that on the turn. 4, 10, 29, 43, 56. 56% of bluffing plus semi-bluffing. 56 compared to their 5, 10, 24, 33, 38, 44, 45. 56 to 45. Yeah, I'm probably just over bluffing. Just over bluffing turns basically, and that's the most reason, like over bluffing turns, over bluffing rivers. Yeah, and checking range 43, 53. Okay, that this is normal. Delay range 40, 142 to 100. That's okay. Delay bet river 71. So again, I'm just over aggressive in this situation. Even we win more, we attack basically weaker range, but doesn't matter. We are not winning that much more, that we are losing from our betting range. So still, I'm really unsatisfied in this line. Check, 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 bet 41 compared to 37. C bet, check, check, bet line 56 compared to 43. That indicates I'm hugely over bluffing the bet check bet line, small blind versus big blind, and it's costing me win rate because I'm barely winning and they are winning quite more than 10 times than me. So something really significant to also take a look. Check raise, winning basically more. Check raise flop, turn, river 17 compared to their 5. This is the spot I was talking about in this situation where I'm just gonna do a lot of river raising compared to river calling these nets, and then in this situation it's actually good because we're winning a lot more compared. So their range is a lot more stronger than my range, and we're winning basically like 50% more than they are. You see, like my check call range is in this situation 14, and I'm losing basically the same as they are, and we're compensating that on the check raise. So this is basically the exploit play, and it's working okay, but I'm still not happy. this is working okay, yeah, but I'm not happy because it's not winning me as much as I'm losing on pretty basic stuff. So you don't need to get fancy to try to recover the win rate from the spots. It's super easy spots where I'm hugely messing them up. Let's go quickly. Small blind call 3 bet against a big blind. Call C bet 49, 53, 54. Definitely you see immediately I'm calling too much on turn and reverse. 53 compared to their 46, we are losing a lot. So we are probably, it has to do that they're just not bluffing that much. We are just calling too wide of the range, and then on the river we are not even folding that range very much. It's still not high difference from them, but definitely really a lot of room to make a win rate there. 1.1% donk, we're losing on that donk. Better Smith turn C bet 45 compared to their 39. So we are just hugely over aggressive. 57 compared to their 48, winning a lot less than they are. Check, bet 40. So like this is also insanely high. So when they're checking, I'm basically betting 65%. It's insanely much, and it's working good actually. 1.9k to compare to their 695. So this is good, but still, yeah, but still, it's highly exploitable, you know. Like it's indication that I'm just doing it too much. That people, I did against probably kept range and pretty much attacking with the jams on the river, but still, yeah, it's you. We get the win rate here, but the thing is, you see, like I'm losing Muslim fundamentals, and this like advanced lines I'm really good at, but I'm losing most in fundamentals because in poker, and that's in every game in the world, fundamentals are the key. So if you're losing in fundamentals, you're you're just never, you can get from advanced lines how much you can lose on fundamentals, and that is really highly showing in this case that I showed you. So definitely I need to work on this a lot. Fundamentals are the crucial. Okay, let's go to the check raise. 17 to 14, winning our 1k. So we are a lot more aggro with the check raising. And again, guys, you see this check raise and a call. I'm losing almost 2000 BB per 100 because I check raise, they 3 bet, and I'm not folding a shit there. Yeah, so, like fundamental stuff costing me. I mean, if I only didn't do this shit, my win rate would be. Just think about how much. Like it's in here. It's 8,000 hand where you're losing, and on that spot in position was like how much it was in position, like a lot more, maybe 4,000, 40,000 hands, where I lost also like 1.9k big blinds per 100. Just think about how much money I lost there. It's insane how much I lost there, and it's like pretty much it couldn't be basic. You check raise and you get 3 bet. You get 3 bet on your check raise. So you're check raising and saying, hey, I have a value. I have a 2 pair set or whatever. And the guy's like 3 betting and saying, okay, I have the nuts. And I say, okay, I'm not folding. Like I'm just continuing 70% of my range, and like I'm also check raising 70%. So a lot of bluffs are in my 70% of check raise. Let's see how much bluffs we're gonna have. We're gonna have insanely amount of bluffs. So this is all bluffing. 8, 30, 40, 42% my bluffs, and I face a 3 bet, and I'm not even folding these bluffs. At least if I would be folding these bluffs, it would be good. So insane how much, how like this is. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, I would like to lose this is idiotic if you're losing in the spot where I'm losing. I'm actually glad I did it now because I need to be smarter because you can get from these fancy lines how much you lose in basics, and that's the whole point. Checker is flop and bet 45, 59. We're just like our checking range is doing check raise flop, check call turn is something. You see, like all of this, like this like this is insane. All of these fancy lines that are super hard and that are super unnecessary, actually, we are doing great. So check raise and bet is only 45. Their check raise and bet, I'm gonna show you. Look at this. So it's down there. Trying to just to go up. I don't know why I can't do it a little more. I don't know how to show it because it's not going under my screen, because I tried to do it to it's not going under my screen, so I can only show you mine. You see mine is over here on 10k. So in these lines, like all of these lines that are checkers, like check raise flop and a bet, we win 2.2k, and check raise flop and a bet, they're winning 935. You don't see it, but they're winning 925. And on my this check call turn, I'm actually doing a lot better. We having 10k compared, and they're losing 2k. I mean, it's not that often, but it's when you compare this spot to again all of these broken lines where we protect our turn range and the river range, but they're not that necessary lines. So doing okay there doesn't matter that much. That's the whole point. It just matter. It would be way better that I was doing appropriately this. If I was doing appropriately the fundamental lines, it would be much better than these fancy lines that are quite unnecessary. Why? You can overfold them. Nobody will exploit you if you overfold them. There's the let me see. I could actually show this to you, and I'm going to do it like this. I just look. So in these lines, they're losing 2,000 and 2,200 BBs per 100 in their check raise, check call, turn range. So they're not constructing them well, and we're winning 10k in that spot. But unnecessary spot, it's not that necessary, but because it's not, it doesn't matter. People will not gonna exploit you in there. That's the whole point. So why would you go in such a trouble into this line that you're just not gonna be exploited ever? Doesn't have sense. Basically, it just doesn't have sense to do it. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna try to do it like this. So let's go now. Big blind versus small blind. Okay. 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 Big blind versus small blind. Okay, we see I'm calling 58 compared to the 53. We are not folding flop like we should. We should be folding more. Calling turn 55 compared to 51 again. And the worst thing is on the river, they are just bluff catching better. So in this situation, I should be just, the problem here is just my range is too wide from the flop turn, and I just come to that river with just a lot weaker range that I should be got in there, and then I'm overfolding just a little bit than I should, and I'm compensating that again, like you see a tendency with raising, just to not call against range that's not bluffing. But the problem here, it's obvious my range from the flop to turn is just too wide, and on the river I should be folding a lot more, and then or folding a lot more, or just folding a lot more on the turn and the flop. So the right strategy would be just to fold more on the flop and the turn. Okay, let me see just here. Okay. We also have some limpet pot that played, but okay. Check behind range 68 to 60. Losing 79. Bet versus Missy bet 32 compared to 40. So I just protect my checking range a little more. Check behind 59 and the river 61, approximately the same. Bet versus Missy bet, yeah, we're 32 41, but winning a little more. Bet 60, way more than should be. We're winning more because we attack these lines that are not protected with Regs a lot. Bet check call. So a bet check call, we are probably just too much, or not, basically not bluff catching not bluff catching that good, because we're losing in this pretty often line. When you think about, we're losing 5 times more than people are losing. Call bet 66th, call bet 52, we're winning more, so we're again attacking a lot more when they're checking their turn checking range a lot. And call check bet 40, 42, approximately the same. Raise bet 75, 9, 16 on river. We are winning more on the flop, turn, and the river. On the river, we're winning less, but we are doing it more and doing more bluffs, so it's okay. On the flop turn, we're winning more. Raise bet and a call. Like every time you see this, it's just gonna be raise bet and a call is like 58 compared to 51. Again, I'm just I raise. They're saying I have nuts and I'm not folding anything. Seems even like the Regs on my or Regs are doing better job, because are in the like they're even over the optimal frequencies, but still I'm a lot over optimal frequencies. So even I'm doing it, so I'm not believing a range that is probably much stronger than solar, and I'm calling more than solar. So insane leak. This is the thing, like I just don't like to fold, and I'm just gonna be so sticky into lines where people are so much nuts heavy. So insane big leak. Raise flop and bet 62, and we're actually printing there 1.1k. Raise flop and a check 38. And now we see like all of these checking ranges from us are like really great. We're winning in all of them. People are always losing in these lines. Raise check call 28, raise check bet 52. So again, you see like how our well constructed raise check bet ranges, and we're doing it a lot more than GT. Like we are exploiting this heavily of the pool. You see like we are twice, almost like 50% more betting these lines and winning insane amount in these spots. So this is good, but everything else is bad. And okay, against delay range, check raise, we're not doing it that much, but winning more. Check call, and we are just losing twice more than the Regs are. Call check call. Yeah, again we're losing more. So in these situations, the thing is that I raise river more than the Regs and then the optimal, just for me into these broken lines where people are not bluffing enough. I try to just compensate that on raising more than I should be and putting more bluffs there. And these hands that are barely calls, I just go try to put them in the raise range, where then I block a lot of. For example, I have a hand that is clear call in this line, and I just turn it into bluff. And I think in this situation it could be a good bluff. It's blocking 2 pairs. We are looking that we're not gonna have much bluffs. And yeah, this is this situation. That is something that I've been doing, but actually I think from now I will try to fix that, because it's not giving me much money, and it's actually making me losing on my raises. Not much, but still okay. Into the small limp pot, I'm not gonna go that much, because you see it's only 1.1k hand, doesn't matter. And this hand's gonna be mainly against the fish, because not much Regs are using limp strategy. On my pool, I don't remember one that's using it. So even with this 1.1k hands, we're winning 45 BBs per 100, and people are losing in these limp pots. I don't think that's that much important, and into the isolate pot, not that much also. So let's go into the 3-bet pots, which are important. We win 55 compared to 128, which is insane again. This is then something again that I need to work on, and let's see which are the leagues that I'm gonna have here. Okay, first, let's go first. I'm gonna just try to put it, I'm sorry. Okay, just try to do it like this. Okay, now it's good. Now everything is seeable. Um, okay, so my CBET is 78, 74. I think it's really close. 78, 73, 78, 53, 61. Little more than optimal, little more on the aggressive side, which I think it's not that bad because on the flop our win rate is similar, on the turn is basically we are similar as the Regs, so I don't know where we, so on our betting and double barrel and triple barrel we are not losing money. So let's see where we are losing money. Delay a region, look at this. Our delay CBET 39 is winning really not that much, 123, and delay and bet river is 70, which is insane because it should be 46 to 50, and we are just like when we delay CBET, we never give up in river basically, and we're just full of shit in that line, and that's why we're losing 598 bb's per 100, and people are winning 894 bb's per 100 because people in this line are not bluffing that much, and we're seems like when we delay we just never ever give up. So again, super big leak, and I need to work on it. Hugely over aggressive in this situation, and that's it. Bet check bet line 47 49, so this is decent, we are doing this okay. Again, big leak, big blind versus small blind, delay and bet river, you need to stop doing that. I need to stop doing it. And this leak is also huge, look at this. And I'm gonna tell you because I exactly know why this is doing. Look at this now. Vas donk, I raised 32% of time, and this is my play mostly against the fish, and I'm losing 2,257 bb's per 100, and people are winning 1.3k bb's per 100. Why? Because when they face a donk, they just raise really Nazi range. They don't care about the range. These Regs are not caring about the range. The flop is like 4, 5, 7. The guy donks and they raise aces. And against then I, trying to think about these ranges, trying to play it like I should be playing, and then I start just start against this fish. I just start to, when they are stepping, for example, I see a fish, the flop is like king queen 4, and they just donk, and that's something that I go crazy about. They donk, I just raise everything because they are donking in a situation they shouldn't be donking, and this is the situation where when I know that somebody is doing something that is extremely bad for their range, and a lot of Regs are actually doing that. Like they're just donking on spots that are never donks. I just go Highland raise. That's happening here, and that's costing me insanely amount of money, just because of my. Yeah, this can be close to tilt basically. Why would you do that? It's tilting me that when somebody is donking in a spot he should be donking, I just go raise everything. And also my call range. Look at this. Like call range of the donk, I just I'm actually under calling it because I'm over raising it, but the frequencies are pretty much okay. But look at the difference between me and the pool. Insane. So definitely work against donk play. I should be probably just controlling my ego and my mental game because I just go berserk. On the turn, skip cbet raise. People are usually winning quite much because the range is really strong. We are losing insanely amount because our range is full of shit. And we are also on the turn, okay, we're not losing that much. And on the river, again, we are over raising this line. GTO is around 9 to 11, we are 14. And again, people were in the line where everybody is making a fortune, we are losing a fortune. So insane. Like if you want to, like, you see how my leaks are such a basic leaks, and like nobody, if you hire, I don't know what kind of coach you hire, you will never go like that to search for these lines. and I'm bleeding insane amount of money. And all of these lines, I can easily connect it to actually ego because I check raise, and they three bet, and I just say, because a lot of these guys will not gonna be care about range. Like the board can be 4, 6, 7 big blind versus UTG, where we have a straight. They don't have. We have both straight. They don't have it, and I check raise, and they three bet me. And I know in that line they should be three betting anything, because nuts advantage in the big blind. They don't have any. They don't have. They have zero straights in the range, and they're three betting me. And they have like pocket kings. I don't know. Like they have set. They're not protecting their all pairs with the set there. They're just going set. Okay, we're playing against him. He'll be just spewy, and we can go like. And you see, this is closely like all of the leaks we're finding here that are extremely expensive can be related to also because it's really simple lines, like pretty simple lines, underbluffed lines, simple lines. So it can I would honestly just connect it to my ego, and you see like how much it's costing me, insanely amount of win rate. Just fixing these things, even in this worst run where I finished with 4 BBs per 100, it could easily be, as my stars I had on stars 9.1 BBs per 100 in EV. So it would be close to that if I even be maybe even bigger than that if I didn't these like stupid fundamental mistakes. Okay, just to finish that, yeah, basically that's what we can finish this pop-up. Let's go quickly in the 3-bet pots. 3-bet pots. Yeah, it's not easy to come here and just show people that you're doing something really bad, especially when it's like pretty simple. Everybody can ask you like why are you just why are you just doing that then. Yeah, it's hard to answer that. But if you're gonna be honest, it just has to be with the ego, because like it's not knowledge stuff. It's just pure spots. You losing the most on the basic spot. Ego, mental game. I was always thinking I was strong in the mental game, but this indicates that it's like pure, like 99% of people would easily not do that mistake that I did ever in their life. So it has to be ego thing. Okay, let's go into the imposition tributor. Imposition tributor, 393 BBs per 2 against 324. We are doing it okay, it seems. Okay, let's see. Betting 88, 58, 56. We are over C betting by far, over double barreling and over triple barreling. It's doing okay. We are actually doing it okay. Just because people are over folding, but we definitely also need to work on that. Checking ranges a lot less than what should be, so we are more losing this situation but still winning more than their checking range. But yeah, delay range 48, winning 678 compared to their 53, and delay and bet river again highly, again like super insanely high, and winning more just because people don't protect their checking double check range. Bet check bet is optimal, and that's okay. They are actually also optimal, winning a little more than we are. Okay, skip bet trace against the donk. This is insane that we're against the donk again. It's like they're donking just super strong ranges, and I'm just defending it too wide. That's the thing. Then on the turn, my raise is again double as high as it should be from the pool and the GTO, and I'm paying a price for that. My call range is good because I'm winning a lot more. But on the river again, we are over aggressive, raising too much, but actually it's paying off in here because people give credit there. We are over bluffing, and on the river here, we are again our calling range, and here is a lot more than, so we are calling the river against the river step a lot more than the GTO, but we are winning a lot more than the Regs are. Okay, so this is in position 3 better. Let's go to out of position 3 better. C bet 73, 46, 61. Win rates are pretty much the same. Delay range is delay C bet. We are using a lot more than we should be. Our win rate is lower than Regs because Regs have a lot stronger range. Delay and bet river is a spot where we are over bluffing again. So in this situation, in position is paying off, out of position is not paying off. It seems that people are calling us pretty easily on the river after our checking range, and then on our delay and bet river is losing heavily, and everybody else delay and bet river is winning heavily, and we are losing heavily. So big leak, and this is 4.5k hand, so significant leak. So definitely what we need to do is cut down our delay betting range and cut down our delay and bet river. Check bet is 41, and Regs have 40. We are optimal frequencies here, and we're winning more. Bet check bet line 53. So a lot more than, again, we are a lot more aggressive in this line and still winning okay. So our bluffs are going through here. Check raise flop 19 against 15, and we are, again, our check raising range and as the out of position 3 better is way too bluff heavy, and now we are paying the price because people are going to have stronger ranges. They're going to win a lot, we're going to lose a lot here. Our turn check raise range is 12 compared to their 12. We are losing insanely amount, they're winning insanely amount because their turn check raise range is going to be close to the nuts, because over pairs top pairs plus are going to be 80 something percent, and our check raising turn range, so they're over 80% value, and we are over 30% bluff, over bluffing and losing because of that. Check calling range on the flop is really good. You see, like, we're doing that really good on the turn. Too much, so people are not stepping that aggressively like they should. Check call check bet is 45, which is more than it should be, and our win rate is lower because of that. Check call on the river is really great. Actually, we are over calling a little bit than the GTO, but we are really making a lot here, and people usually have trouble there. So they didn't construct their range really well when they're checking river to check call, and they're losing. It's like, this is pretty tough line to know, because you will need to know when to check something, some strong hands, which are the spots you want to do that, and these are the lines usually we are doing really good. And yeah, but you see, like, I would rather change these lines that are doing really good to these lines that are much easier and much more obvious to everybody except me, it seems. So definitely it's great now, because I will definitely really hardly work on this, because if it's costing me, maybe it's costing me, I will actually just calculate everything, because I have number of hands and number of occasions that I played, so I will immediately see how much money I lose. You see, you have the number of hands, and then you have number of occasions here, and you have number of BBs per hundreds you lose. So it's pretty easy much to calculate how much money actually you lost here. And when you calculate that money that you lose, then you just will know exactly how much of win rate you did lose just by doing poorly some lines that you did. So definitely, yeah, just too much, in my opinion, too many leaks I did have. So definitely I'm glad about this option, because firstly, I didn't even want to edit in the HUD, so this is mainly added because of our partners, hand to note, and my developer Roman, who think about this. I thought like, why? Well, you have leak finders. Pay if you want to go leak finder, like go through every spot of your game, see what you're doing. But you see, like you wouldn't be going into this spot of game or that spot. So definitely glad we did edit at the end, because now I see how much I'm bleeding in many situations. Okay, let's go check raising again. We see 15 through 19, check calling. Again, we are over check raising, flop turn. Even here is, well, we actually did go through this, right? Okay, check raise, 2.5, 6k compared to 1.3. Seems our range here is really very heavy. Check call 65, and we're losing a lot more. So in this situation, we are overly calling, double check, overly defending our double check. And this is skip plus check raise, so it check raise. Check raise flop and bet 53 compared to 59, and we're losing hugely here. So that means we are just overly check raising the flop. We are having too wide range, and people a continuing range on the turn is just too strong, and we're just too bluffing, and normal people will gonna get huge win rate from this. And because first they will check raise more value heavy range than I will, and then they will bet this highly value range on the turn, and we're gonna have too much bluffs, and that's the problem. Okay, now we have in position call 3-bet, out of position call 3-bet. Let's see that. Call c-bet 67, 60, 49. You see immediately I'm hugely over calling flop, hugely over calling turn, and still hugely over calling it because my range is too wide on the flop and turn. And the reason for that is that I'm losing immediately on the flop, or the turn winning, river winning. But I would be, if I didn't float that much, I would be winning much more than I am. Okay, check behind range, classic. We're winning from it, so it's okay. Winning similar as the other Regs. Bet 61 and winning 261. Bet check, okay. Bet check call, standard. Call bet is 55 to 55, 1.2 per 1.8. It's okay. Call check bet 44, and similar again. Raise 4.8, winning 774. Pretty okay. It should be a little higher, doesn't matter. Raise c-bet and a call, and you see, like, actually here when I raise c-bet and a call, you're gonna, in this situation, my raise range is just that strong that I can fucked up with calling, because it's really strong. Then I just call it basically off, and not that big of the mistake, because when you raise, they generally just be shoving their overpairs a lot, or they draws or stuff like that. So it's not a big mistake I can do, but in single raise spot, these mistakes are far more costly. Raise turn 8.7, pretty much similar. Raise river again 26, which is double as GTO is doing and more than Regs are doing, and we're doing okay because people are folding, but it's a leak again. Raise flop and bet 79, so it is okay because probably my range is just can't handle it, but I'm losing, so it indicates that even in the raise c-bet I'm still bluffy, and it's showing right there. So even I'm raising a lot less than Regs are doing, not less, but 2%, like from 5 to 7.1. I'm doing it 2.1% less. I'm still more bluffing, and then on the turn I'm not give upping any bluff. So that's the reason why. Raise check and bet is 60, meaning more, but it's super rare line, doesn't matter at all. Check raise 3.3. This is okay. Check call. So this is when I check back call 34 to compare to 37, so close to it, but we are losing a lot So probably I'm against just range, not bluffing enough, and I'm not folding much as I should be against that range. Probably call, check, check, call, 29, winning 300. And you see, like, this is the line where people, for example, are calling more than me but winning less because people are not bluffing this line enough. So you should be folding more, but generally it's a leak, but it's an exploit to how people are playing, so it's okay. But it's here also. The problem is here similar to this, so I'm defending okay my checking range, but I'm not defending my double calling range, which is way more easier than this. Okay, and then we go to the out of position call 3-bet quickly, call c-bet 46, 51, 40. Okay, and probably I'm gonna raise river again to 2 times more, 2.5 times more than GTO, and double more than Regs are doing, and I will be winning more. That's the thing that this is the exploit play that I was doing basically. But again, you see the turn, so the flop is okay, call c-bet flop turn, and this is actually going, so out of position is, it's okay play. Doing it okay. Even on the river I'm overfolding a little bit. I'm 40-44, so, but I'm not overfolding, I'm actually under calling, but over raising, so it's actually, I'm folding a lot less actually. But this is just the exploit, because in many situations they will be not gonna be not gonna, especially deep, they're not gonna be bluffing enough, but their block is gonna be more value, but they will be just folding to jams with these blocks a lot, so you can take advantage of that. Okay, this spot is good. This spot is actually really good, so I'm happy with this. Not that big of leaks, not that big leaks. Let's go into the squeeze spots for quickly. Squeeze spots. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Squeeze spots. Okay. So this situation after squeezes in position, after squeezes out of. So we are the squeezers in position, squeezers out of position. C-bet 86.57. Okay. Let's see. 1K. Basically okay. We are betting basically a lot of range betting, because squeeze range probably is going to be involved also maybe a fish, or it's going to be a fish that's going to be having too wide of the range, then you're going to be betting much more against the regs. Also in many boards you have significant range advantage, so it's okay. And double barrel 57, that is against 53, so we are basically a little over optimal on the flop, and little on the turn we are close to optimal. Okay, checking ranges 14 doesn't matter that much because we're betting range basically. Check behind turn 43, and it's decent. Delay 25, winning 1.3k, so that's also good. This is actually now in the donk, we are doing okay job. Not big sample, so we can not take that as a conclusion. Skip c-bet and call 46, but definitely our call range, even it's not big sample, but it seems that we didn't play it correctly. Maybe we didn't believe it and didn't call it enough, didn't call the right range, but it's not, it's only 13 occasions, doesn't matter. On the turn we raise 14%, 6k is winning, but again not sample, so nothing we can say very much. After squeeze out of position, I think that's more important, because now we're going to play more regish against more regs. Betting 80, so again we are over c-betting, still not costing us much, but on the turn, that's why on the turn we are then suddenly on the turn we are just more tighter. Okay, check raising range 17, and look at this. This is, but this is probably because of the sample. We just run into it probably. a lot because people usually are winning in this situation. Check calling range pretty strong, pretty good, winning 2k. On the turn, check call range is also winning us 2.5k. Okay. Call squeezes in position. Let's see, we have a lot of leaks here. Call sieve at 69, 52 turn. Yeah. So we call a squeeze as in position, and we're not folding anything on the flop, and we're not folding much on the turn, and that's costing us because people are folding a lot more on the flop and not losing that much. So first, I think we are calling squeeze too wide, that's the thing, and then we are not folding very much on the flop, and it turns into the ranges were much even more stronger than the GTO ranges is. Much more stronger, yeah, it's going to have less bluffs basically. Less worst hands. Okay, checking back range 57, basically close to Regs, and actually it's not good. Flop is okay on the turn. We are not. It's not good. Our turn, my turn. Checking range is not that good. Betting range is also on the flop is probably because of the wideness of our preflop range is not good. We are losing in a spot where everybody's winning, and bet river we are not winning that much that we should be. Bet 73. So again, when we bet, basically we're always bluffing, continuing, and where people usually win a lot, we're losing a lot just because we are too wide. Bet check, on the other hand, is playing correctly. Raise c bet 6%, win rate really good. Raise turn, we are under the GTO, that means our range is stronger, so that's obvious why it's that much. And you see again now in this spot when raise c bet and a call, it gave us win rate just because our range is strong. Raise flop and bet. No, this is only one hand, so it doesn't matter. Okay, as call squeezes out of position. Okay, let's see this. It's not much occasion, so only 11, so nothing from that we can take. Yeah, from this we cannot take nothing. Okay, let's quickly go into the 4-bet pots, and we're gonna finish for today. Okay, let's go for 4-bet pots. Quickly for 4-bet pots because I'm pretty sure I also messed them up because my range is also much wider than the GTO with calling it. Okay, c-bet 95, 79, 81, 57. We are winning less because of that. We are just hugely over aggressive. And the worst thing is, yeah, this is 4-bet as in position. I mean, it's okay. If you saw in the beginning, our 4-bet range is a little more narrow than the GTO. So that's okay. Skip c-bet and raise against the donk. Only 4 samples, so it doesn't matter that much. As 4-bet out of position, 92, 59, 50, 80, 55. So significant difference, but we are winning more here. It has to be that our 4-bet range is still strong, so we can play it like this. Check raise 33 and losing hugely, so we're probably over bluffing again. 13 and 16, so our range here on turn is actually great. I mean, probably just a bunch of overpairs shoving on turn. Doesn't matter that much, and call 4-bet in position. Here I think the more sample would be beneficial, but because we see like it's only 300 hands, 500, 500. So it's much better conclusion what Regs are doing. Versus c-bet, call c-bet 61, 68. Look at this. You see that? I'm just calling it too wide immediately, and I'm getting punished on the flop because now I'm in the right frequencies on the flop, and on the turn I'm just over calling, and my range is too wide, and that's just not going to be great. Check back range is good compared to Regs. You're winning. Bet versus miss c-bet is printing on the flop. On turn is okay, still okay. Bet 58, winning 2k. Bet check, range is good. So bet our checking range on the river is, so our turn checking range is again good, and on the river we're making a profit out of it. Raise C bet 7 on the flop, winning 469. They have 11, winning 1.1. It can be sample related. We just didn't have luck when we have, for example, nines or tens or jacks. They had aces, kings, and queens, so that could be related to that. And turn is 11, and we lost 4.5, which is insane. So this has to be maybe we jam here with, I don't know, overpair, or we basically, we see like our raise c bet is optimal, but we just didn't get any win rate, and usually people will get huge amount of win rate. Raise flop and bet only 6 occasions, so nothing from that. Raise flop and bet printing because people have strong raising ranges in forward pots in position, and raise flop and check, their checking range is bad. And that's for in position. And call forward out of position, guys, losing hugely. So that's just my range is too wide. Call C bet 51, 54, like 50, 51, 54, 46, 43, and people are actually on the flop and turn winning, losing a little bit on the flop, winning on the turn, because now they're overfolded a little bit maybe on flop, then overfolded turn, the range is strong. Our range is super wide. We call flop, call turn in also on the river, and I'm not folding much. So definitely the reason why we are losing more. So big improvement I need to make in these forward pots. First, my range is too wide, and then I try to defend this too wide range appropriately, and I'm just, you see, like I'm just over defending it. Okay, check raise, basically we spoke about it a little less than it's on the optimal side, but on the turn is a little less. And the worst thing is on the turn we are even like the frequency are down, but we are winning less than we should be winning. Check raise on the flop is insanely bad. People are gonna be winning quite highly here. We lose a lot. So yeah, that's the problem. These lines are problematic. And check raise 13. It's only 22 occasions, but again, I think we probably bluffed. Like all of these occasions, we bluffed every single time, and that's the reason why we're getting punished. So definitely, you see like how lines, you can now see the lines that you should be profitable with, and you can also I did comparison with pool with regs. If you do you can just use, for example, regs that have win rate 4 bbs plus, then you can see even better. You can then have a better comparison. You can just compare yourself to the top regs, and then you can get even better results. But generally here, just when you see that the regs that are having break-even results, that are doing many spots better than I'm doing, and these spots are basically really common in basic spots, it's just questioning you, what would happen if I did these spots on the same as these normal regs did? What would my win rate would be? For example, these biggest leagues that I have with check raising, calling 3-bet super wide, so not falling to any aggression into the any line after my bet raise, and that was in the single raise spots pretty high significantly, because now when I check raise and they 3-bet and I continuing 80% of hands into this spot, into the line that is pretty much nuts. It's insane how much it could cost me, and it did cost me. So definitely now I have a really good idea what I need to fix, and I show that to you, because if you go through it, you will also find a lot of things. And this is our first part of our league finder. So we did go through single raise spots, SPFR, caller, blinds, 3-bet pots, squeeze pot, and 4-bet pots. We're gonna add a lot more positions with the new update that is coming really soon this month. So you're gonna have more positions, you're gonna have more lines, more spots. So definitely it's gonna be improved. So this is just the first release, and we did this, and you see immediately how much leaks I did find only in these spots. So when we go deeply through it, adding button versus early position, button versus middle position versus big blind, early position versus big blind, Like all of these positions we're going to break down just to get just even more highly accurate where you may be losing money. And of course we will also add multi-way pots that's going to be highly also highly important, because these are the spots where people strategy are really away from the GTO. People don't have access to multi-way solvers a lot, and they are not playing multi-way spots correctly. So we're going to add LEAKFINDER for multi-way. We're gonna add also for deep pots, how people play deep, so you can see where you may be leaking money deep. Maybe you should be bluffing more, maybe you should be calling them more. Then also we're gonna add it for the river bets versus river bets. So you're gonna see like your river calls, in which situation or which type of lines your river call is losing. So all of this will be also added. And then my thinking of what I want to do from this HUD is gonna be close to what I want to be, because I just don't want to have I want to have everything in one, just complete package for you to able to be to completely dominate and crush your opponents. Um, Thank you for your attention. I did show my leaks, and I think this is actually now the best spot when you actually go and you can actually see how much mistakes I did. And this kind of mistakes I did is compared to the just average reg, just the normal regs that are basically break even. And just think, if you do that, and if you see like what how you're doing it badly in some spots, how much you could get from it. Because uh, like you see how many mistakes highly cost that I had in the decent sample spots. So if you would identify this situation, your win rate could be just a lot higher. And yeah, it's sometimes these mistakes can be into the more advanced spots, but the spots that cost you the most are the basic spots. So you want to go through these basic spots, and if you can just repair and find a way to fix these basic spots, and you will know exactly where you're losing it, where you're bleeding it. I think that's the most important. Okay, this is for the first video of this year, and next video will probably a gameplay video. I would see what I will think of. See you really soon. Bye.